Hello, hello, and welcome to the Guru Gaming Stream. I am your host, Guru, and today we're going to be playing Star Citizen 3.24. They've been making a lot of improvements to it. One of the things that I'm interested in testing on this go round is some of the cargo features, as well as the um, the access storage manager. Oh, okay. So they still haven't put these back to the new interface, which is fine. Uh, Obviously, they found some kind of issue with it, and that's why it's like that now. So that's cool. We'll wait for them to fix that. I'm not going to change anything that I have on. Let's look. Let me let you see what I got on. I just got on the basic flight suit. I got my sidearm, got one med pen, and that's pretty much it. That's all you pretty much need to get out into space, uh, quick, fast, in a hurry. But depending on what you're trying to do once you get there, can determine exactly what you want to do. Now, first, the thing that I'm noticing so far is that the performance has improved drastically. Um, yeah, yeah, it's really good. I like it. So let us continue. And, I just want to reiterate what most of you already know, but some may be kind of confused on. This game is still in its alpha stage, as you can see down by the test version message that's down at the bottom. But it's in a playable state. So you could play the game, but all of the functionality that will be Star Citizen is not there. Okay, so there we go. So that's the blockade runner. I wanted to get that, but let me get on here so I can get on to the space port. Look at that. Giant flying platforms. The city in the clouds. And all of these platforms are floating. All right. Which is pretty cool. Think about that. It's a cool concept. Certainly not the first time somebody's done something like that, but definitely one of the coolest implementations of it. Um, so just to give you guys a little background on me, I am a developer. I develop apps. I develop websites. And I love to game. So, I look at things from that perspective. Um,
Last call for passengers.
they just
The
get a
shuttle
little
is preparing
stutter
to
there
depart.
when he was running off. And I think every time you get around this particular platform, you get that little performance dip briefly as it loads in. Because it's a lot of stuff happening on that platform. That's actually where you buy ship parts and, the admin, I believe, and a few other places that you can go to. I believe the cargo's over there as well. But yeah, so I look at these things from a developer's perspective, but also from a gamer's perspective, right? So I can understand why certain things are in the state that they are. So definitely, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out in the chat, and I'll try to answer them as best my ability. I've been playing this for a while, and I've been following the development pretty closely for the past couple of years now. But just in the past year, uh, they've really moved like mountains in this past year. So a lot of stuff has really changed from just last year, like literally like 12 months from now. I remember going into because everybody's talking about CitizenCon. I remember going to the CitizenCon virtually and watching it and just kind of being amazed with all the things they were announcing. And then shortly after that, uh, watching the development team just push out update after update after update and really kind of digging in and just to explain some of that to people. One of the main reasons why it's like that now is because they've actually added more people to the development team of Star Citizen due to the fact that Squadron 42 is actually feature complete and they're working on their polish phases. And so because of that, all of the people who were working over there that are no longer needed are actually working on the Star Citizen side now, which makes sense from a business perspective and from a development perspective. Utilizing all the resources you have, including human resources, and all the talent, because they did push to get Squadron 42 complete first. And to be honest, me personally, I'm glad they did that, and I look forward to playing. It. So this is one of the issues that comes up sometimes when you go to your hangar. It's not available on here. So what you do is you go back out, kind of fool the station into thinking that you're calling it again, and when you come back in, it's typically there. Okay, so don't freak out if you don't see it. It's something that they're aware of, I'm sure. And that being said, that's a quick fix for that. So nothing that breaks the game, obviously. All right, so let's go out into the hangar. I noticed first and foremost that the noise level in the hangars have been reduced drastically, which is awesome. But what I do want to do is I want to reduce this music down so that I can hear the ambiance of the game a lot better, right? That's my preferred. I still keep it on because I like the background music, but I want it to sound more like I'm actually the main character in a movie and I'm doing dialogue. Now there still may be some background music, but overall you can hear me better, right? Or I can hear the voices of the other characters better. In this case, all the NPCs. So I just pulled out my arrow because now this typically only takes a small hanger, but because this is my home persistent hanger, large hanger, it comes out in the large hanger. And as you can see, it's beautiful. It's a beauty. It's a quick little fighter, a little small fighter. Pilot seat. Don't mind if I do. And this is because we're only going to be going up to Seraphim first, and then I'll be calling my actual ship that I'm going to use. Um, so, and this is for another test. We're testing the hangar system to make sure it's actually working right. See, when you request to launch, it should come up with great gateway granted, and then you should be able to uh, go through the hangar doors, right? So that's your cadence, pretty much, of how things would be. Now I'm turning on my travel mode, my nav mode, so that I can get top speed coming out. And then I just book it up out of there because, you know, you never know if there's people hanging around looking to crash into you while you're actually trying to get out your hangar. So I typically book it out of there pretty fast. um, and what I'm waiting for is those icons like that over to the left there to turn blue, which means I'm far enough outside of the atmosphere to engage my quantum drive, right? Like so. But then I want to look for um, Seraphim Station, and there it is. You could literally see this without without this, without the indicator around it showing you where it is. Um, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty big, um, you know, object out in space. So I thought that's pretty cool that you can actually see it from the planet. And so as we continue to get closer to this, one thing that you start to notice is this ring that's around it, right? That ring indicates, and you could think of it as it's a ring, but it's technically a sphere, right? So you could think of it as an indicator that you're getting into range of the station, and which usually puts you into um, the armistice zone. Um, so as we come up here, I'm going to request landing, and they're going to grant me somewhere to land. Okay, right here. Okay, that works for me. And I like to go to third person when I land, just because it helps you with kind of gauging where you are in relation to everything. Oh, kinda. I did say kinda. And so, yeah, as you get closer, you can see the effects that your thrusters have on the ground, which is cool within itself. Now, just looking at the inside of this hangar, right? You see, we're in a small hangar. They're small or medium, I'm not really sure. I think it's small though. But you know, that's all you really need for this ship. So that's what it called up for me, right? So what happens next is once I get out to change, I want to show you guys this because this is very important. So when you go to the console to call up another ship, you look at it, it says hangar services and it says storage access, right? That's to access your storage on this particular station, which I don't have anything here right now in the PTU. I do on the PU, but not the PTU. And so when you go in here, all the ships and vehicles that you're going to be able to call are going to be the ones that are available in a small hangar. Okay, because you are literally standing in a small hangar. Okay, so if I just hit store, watch it, see, it's starting to store my ship. Okay, cool. if I leave out this is what you have to do if you want a different size ship, right? Like I could have called out any one of those ships or vehicles because some of those are like ground vehicles too. But because I need a larger ship, I needed to come out here so that it could release the small hangar that's assigned to me, right? And then we're going to do my Hornet and assign, and you'll see here to say, it should say medium. Oh, it says small. Okay. So that was a small one as well. But if it wasn't able to fit in the small, then it would give you a larger hangar. Now, because I think because they increased the size of the hangars, they did something with that. I can't remember exactly. I believe they increased the size of the hangars, which enabled it to be more of a, to so some of the smaller ships that have a wider, signature could still fit in there, land in there rather. I remember that being a thing. And so now we're just going to go back, right? Go to our small hangar. And we should see our new ship that's out, ready to go. See? This is my Hornet. And that thing is a beauty. It's a beast too, but it's a beauty. It's a beauty and a beast. But I'm not going to actually use that right now because I need something that's actually going to give me some storage space as well. Which that has a little bit, but not enough for what I'm trying to do. Okay, so, and as you can see here, the crew, cargo, see it says 0. It doesn't have any room for what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to leave out again. And this time you're going to actually get to see me call up a different type of hangar, I believe, because I believe this ship is a lot bigger and it's going to take a bigger hangar. I believe so. Don't quote me on that. So, oh yeah, that's right. So I still have to, let me look and see. I think they reset them. Yeah, so they reset the money. So they reset the ships that I bought. So, which is fine. It's the PTU. So instead of doing that, I'm going to just go with, let's see, what do I want? Let's go with the Aegis Vanguard. This is just a test. We're just testing it out. So. But I do like it. So, boom. See? Medium hangar. This is a slightly larger ship. So it needs a slightly larger hangar. Notice that your small hangar is still there. See, it persists. And my medium hangar, because you basically get a size hangar for every size ship that you play. It's like if you have a small ship, you have a medium ship and a large ship and an extra large ship, then you get one of each one of those. Look at this baby. Let me switch my view real quick. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. Isn't she lovely? This is a heavy fighter. So it's made for combat, right? And some things aren't completely finished, right? So you have to keep that in mind as well. See where it says ramp access. That's where we want to go. So it says open door. Let it open the door. Closed door. Open door. Closed door. Yeah, they made that look very, very much better. I like the way that does that much better. Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's actually better. Um, the dialogues where it pops up for interactables is a lot better. You see, these are panels. That's a shield. That's the power plant. Once the engineering gameplay comes online and the fires and all that good stuff, then that's stuff you're gonna have to worry about. Close this door too. Um, Hop into the pilot seat. And as you can see, I got a little bit of space, so I may be able to grab some stuff and put it in there. Um, but I'm not really worried about that, even though that's the part of the. See, it's at Everest Harbor right now, the blockade. Right? So we actually got to get to Everest Harbor. So that's what we're going to do. First, we're going to launch. Let's get to the other side of the planet. Now we gotta head to Hurston. Somebody's out there in their Carrick. Yes. Hurston. That's one thing about it. All right. Now we got Hurston. Seeing a little screen splitting. Um, right here in this area. Looks like it's right on this line right here. So that tells you, this is being imposed over this. So whatever effect they have that's splitting this is actually, see, it's splitting it right here too. And this right here. So all of this is being split by the actual interior of the ship. It's looking, I think it's like that on this side too. Yep, see. Here, there, right here. Yep. Again, nothing game breaking, just visual, really. I mean, I can still make out what it says, Um, you know, definitely not something you want in the, you know, to move past these phases, but you know. And on ships like this where you can get up and move around, I don't really advise it while you're quantum traveling. And not for the reason that a lot of people might say, not necessarily for the reason that sometimes it could bug and you fly out the ship or your ship flies away from you, because that could happen. I haven't had it happen to me a lot, but it can definitely happen. Um, but my idea about it is that if you're moving around on the ship, not paying attention to what's happening, you could be pulled out of quantum by pirates or just somebody who's trying to interdict you. And, you know, you really want to be able to respond pretty quickly to something like that, because while you're in nav mode, you don't have um, shields. So you're not going to be able to really defend yourself. So that's something you want to kind of take into consideration. Um, Now let's see, we got a few options. That one looks like it's the closest. Okay. Let's just go ahead and go to this one. It says small. We'll go here. There's typically it's like some ships there, and you have to defeat the ships, and then you have to pick up that uh, Zeta Prolonide. So just FYI, you usually have to fight when you get to this point. So it's best if you have somebody with you, you know. Nav mode on, back on. Flight. For my top speed, but never point directly at it because you never know exactly what's there, so you don't want to be caught like flying into it. Quick thing is, you want to boom, come out of that, get ready. We're gonna shoot some missiles at this guy since we're oh, Yeah, that's probably what kept me from being killed was somebody else completing it. So let's move on. All right, let's see what we got here. See if it does the same thing. If it gives us that same error, then we know that it's an error with this particular mission. What's up, Twix? And the one out to him. I'm doing the blockade runner. Looks like that's still kind of bugged because it just kept going straight. All right. Let me see if I could use a different one. Yeah, there we go. That looks like it's going after him. Well, it looks like it was. All right, let's just do some shooting here. Oh, and it did. It crashed on me. Yeah, looks like there's an issue with the blockade runner. Every time I start fighting, it crashes. So looks like I can't do that. Yeah, you should see it in just a second where it stops. Because it's already stopped for me, but yeah. I'm gonna jump back in though because for the past few times that it's crashed on me that way, I was able to jump back into the game right where I left off at. So, it still holds my place there without me being engaged by the enemies. Hopefully that's still the case. But if not, then I'll then I can just reset. But if I do start back in the same place, then I'll just disengage. I won't try to fight them because obviously it's kind of bugged right now. So yeah, I don't know. You said it was I was too close for the missile. Okay, well that might make sense. Okay, I think that one of the changes they should do for that is um, not allow you to shoot if you're not in range. The same way they do when you're out of range, right? They should do that like when you're too close as well. And then that way, you know, you can save your ammo. Otherwise, you pretty much have to do it yourself. Yeah, see? I'm right back in the same place. The enemies are still there. Oh, but I am missing a wing. So I think I better book it because obviously I'm getting messed up here. So let's see. Hurston. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I see that, and it's one of those things where it's like it's cool, you know, when you need it, or if you want to be able to do something like, you know, blind fire, you know, but when you're dealing with targeting, that's where I see the issue to it, you know. But that's it's cool, you know. It's not a huge deal, you know what I mean? Um, it just means that you have to pay attention. You know, you can't just you can't just start lobbing missiles. You need to really know that you got to know your stuff, man. You know, that's basically what it is. You got to know your stuff. Otherwise, you know, yeah, somebody keeps trying to target me, and I'm wondering. Oh yeah, yeah, because the pirates are, or I forgot which faction they are, but they are in the system doing this. So it's either them or um, a player trying to target me. One of the two. Yeah, I think this is the top here. Is this the top or is this the top? It's not complete yet. See a lot of enemies around here.
Until the current threat in this sector has been detected, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
I'm not gonna shoot because I'm not sure who is a player and who's just drop down in here real quick before they get a chance to get some more shots off on me. Drop my landing gear. Uh, I'm just I'm just gonna repair, um, and then I'm going back out. Yeah, I think that'll be a great idea. Like if you assign it to a different button, or you know maybe um, you know like a alt version of that button. You know that would probably be helpful. I don't think it should be the default. You know, me personally, but again, you know when you look at it from the standpoint of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people
Until the
playing
current
this
threat in this
game,
sector has been resolved,
um,
civilians
I
are
may be
advised
in the
to avoid
minority, and if
engaging
that's
in
the
space
case,
travel.
then so be
If
it.
not
You know,
possible,
I'm
use
not
extreme caution when
I'm
leaving
not
the station.
opposed to me having to learn how to deal with it, because that's sometimes what you have to do. Just deal with it. But uh, yeah, I would be interested to hear them talk about, and maybe you can point me to something that they put out already. Look at that. They really took off that wing. And it was probably somebody swiped me. That doesn't look like somebody shot that off. That looks like somebody swiped that. So somebody probably ran into me. One of those NPCs probably ran into me. Another thing I think they should do is have a console for um repair and stuff like that too. Um or put it inside of, you know, one of these consoles just on a different screen where you can access like the repair services. Because at one point it was there. I think it was there at one point, but because sometimes, you know, of course, it glitches up when you try to do it from
Until the
inside the
current threat in
ship.
this sector has been resolved,
So
civilians are advised to avoid engaging in
I see you jumped on, man. You what are you about to do?
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Are you coming out here? Because right now it's out in I'm gonna
Your insurance
claim
claim has been sent. Thank you.
back. Okay, 3 minutes. So I got 3 minutes
Please visit us again.
to kill. I'm gonna go get me a multi-tool though. So I can actually move cargo when I need to.
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Okay, let's go to the cargo center. Looks like it's taking a long time for it to update the transaction as well. Oh, I can buy these? Oh, I think I might buy those. Gotta love the swag. What is this? Mercury gloves. Yeah. Okay, I'll buy it.
Civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible,
Gauntlet
use extreme
gloves.
caution when leaving the station.
Oh, those rucksacks. I like this jacket. I'm gonna get this jacket and this jacket. Oh, I like that brown one too. I like the brown leather. My style. You can rock with that. Let's get some of these pants. Why not, man? I need a lot of pants.
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians
Nice,
are
got
advised to avoid
shirts.
engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
Yeah, you might want to wait till it hits the PU. I mean, that's one way, if you're kind of unsure about it. Definitely, because I get it. Come on. to that last one. Is it the same? No, it's not the same. Get to this one this way. So I'm trying to get to this one this way. Oh no, they just won't let you buy that one. Okay, that's cool. Not a big deal.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
Welcome.
Thank you.
The terminal should sort you right out.
Yeah, I understand. You know me, I like to test these things, so.
Until the current threat in this sector has
I
been
wonder,
civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If not possible, use extreme caution when leaving the station.
oh yeah, can't forget the boots.
To use the terminal.
Tough Life boots. For a minute there, I thought it said Thug Life boots. I understand. I just got, like I was telling everybody earlier in the stream, I just got some time because I've been working on this development project myself, and I took a break because I've been pretty much at it all day, and you know, just taking a break to kind of relax, um, play some games, check out some of the
Until the current threat in this sector
new
has been
things they got out.
civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel.
So many new games coming out right now. If you didn't get a chance to, the other day I streamed Final Fantasy 16, the demo. I really like that game. I'm definitely gonna get it. It comes out next month. Um, you know, I grew up playing uh, Final Fantasy, so I think those are the same shoes. If it's not, I got enough shoes. I don't need that many. Oh yeah, which reminds me, let me know when you get some time, and if you, I know you do graphic design. If you get some time to, I need to talk about getting a logo done or something like that. Let's see. Do I want to go to the medical center? Let me go to the storage access real quick to make sure. That's not what I'm showing. Is it in here? I can technically I can do it
Until the
from
current
the
threat in
hangar.
this
To
sector
the
has been
ASOP
Let me
vehicle
see
retrieval
civilians are
system.
advised to avoid
Vehicle
engaging in
selected.
space
if I can
Stand by.
Not possible,
Your
uh,
vehicle has
repair
passed visitors again.
my vehicle now. Nice. That's really cool. Yeah, so now they have like a little bit of storage to them, huh? And I think it's Hurston that has the ship, um, the New Deal. Is it New Deal? I think it's New Deal. Need to go down there and purchase a ship or two or three. Let's see if I can repair this thing. It says I don't need it. Lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Until the current threat in this sector has been resolved, civilians are advised to avoid engaging in space travel. If
I
not
did not mean to shit.
extreme caution when leaving the station.
I'm gonna grab a different ship because I don't want to fly this ship. Just in case it starts acting weird with me having one wing. Let's see.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I'm gonna store this. I'm gonna retrieve this.
Delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Well, let's just wait for that to come up. Yeah, I've pretty much I don't want to say beat No Man's Sky, but that's kind of what I did. So I don't really have any like story missions to No Man's Sky anymore. I made it to a new galaxy, right? And I don't want to spoil it for people who don't really know about this yet, but so I've done pretty much all I can do to this point, besides like the almost daily missions of like settlement building and stuff like that, and just the normal, what was there when it first came out, which was like surveying planets primarily, so yeah, I did all that. Yeah, I kind of did all that, but it's all good. I think I unlocked like 75% of the game, right? Like all the achievements that I could do, like 75%. Um, you know, to me, for a game to be out as long as it has, right? And for me to have just started playing that game, literally, like I'll give it a month, even though I don't believe it's been a whole month yet, but like a month ago, because I had a save on there, but then I never really went anywhere with it. I stopped playing it, got back into it when they made this update or whatnot. Did the expedition, right? So when the next expedition comes out, obviously I can go in there and do that, but did the expedition stuff, finished the expedition, and so to do all of that in like 3 weeks, to me shows me like, to me it's a very glaring difference to what this game will be. You will not be able to do that with this game. Not in a million years, right? But yeah, man, I'd like to tell people like I'm a real gamer. Like I like to, but because I got so much experience gaming, because I played so many different games, because I really enjoy playing games, and because I'm a developer, of course, that kind of gives me a little bit of a different type of edge. But I can see the different patterns, and I get it. But the where No Man's Sky loses its appeal for me is in the repetitiveness of the things that you do. Once you get to that point where all it is about grinding, going to each planet, just looking and surveying that planet, getting, identifying new things that were procedurally generated, right? Then at that point, I'm 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 cool. I'm good. I'm gonna stop playing the game because that's not enjoyable to me per se, even though I know some people may enjoy that. Like I have another buddy, he says he likes playing it because it's very relaxing to him, right? So that's cool. If that's your thing, I figured out how to get a lot of money on there, figured out how to get a lot of nanites on there. So I went and I bought all that type of stuff. I did the freighter gameplay, the settlement, my settlement, the happiness is almost 100%. I'm making like over a half a million every day. Um, you know, and what happens is because in that play loop, you get to a point where once you start something on there, it takes like hours for it to complete, right? And that's how they keep you kind of going, right? Which is cool. I mean, that's a way to do that. But again, that's just not enjoyable to me. It kind of reminds me of like having to log in and do dailies all the time again, like, and there's no real content for you to do. Um, Once it gets to that point, man, then I'm pretty much done with it, you know. Um, and again, it's cool, and I know some people haven't gotten that far, right? But I did. I kind of did, so, you know. But I'm just saying,
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online. You are clear to launch. Takeoff complete.
Oh, cool, cool. So the third time you picked it up, yeah, exactly. Like I picked it up way back when it first came out. Um, because of the promise of what they were saying. Because even back then, like, this was around the time when, you know, Star Citizen announced what it was gonna do, right? So, their promise was also to give you like worlds and like just that experience of I'm looking for quantum marker, but I'm not finding any. Oh, in interdiction field. Okay. So I'm actually being interdicted. Well, that's fun. Okay. I guess I gotta leave out of here just to. That's cool. So let's see if I can leave out of this interdiction field, because it looks like they're putting it around the station to keep people from being able to leave. So let's see. Yep, there it is. Okay. So now I want to go to a orbital marker. But yeah, I picked it up, when it first came out. I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. Of course, it was lacking back then, but it was cool for the time.
Quantum drive is now off.
And so, that was pretty cool, right? Um where am I going? Oh yeah, I'm going to Hurston. Where is it at? Okay. And so, you know, I always have trouble trying to find the city on the surface. Which is crazy. Let me go to orbital marker 1. But then I picked it up for the second time. Buddy of mine was like, "Hey, come play this." And you know, we tried to get on it, and the issues with trying to join people kind of, you know, threw me off again. Like I said, you know, certain things about the game, being how long it's been out and, you know, out of development in that way, I just feel like certain things shouldn't even be a factor anymore. Like, I feel the same way about Atlas Fallen, which I started to play again, which I beat that game too, but I started to play it again when they came out with the update, right? And so, you know, that was cool. But then what happened was got on there and still having the same issues, being able to I know what it is. Let me just go straight to the planet. That typically fixes this. But you know, couldn't get in the, or when I got in the group with my buddy, you know, it would like freeze and crash. It just wouldn't let you do it. Great cat, Stanton. Oh, nice. You know, it just wouldn't let you do anything. And so I was like, man, y'all came out with this big update, but one of the biggest things about this game is you're supposed to be able to co-op and you can't even do that right. You know, that just turns me off. Like, it's like, it's one thing to be clear with people and say, hey, this is still in development. We're still working on this. It's another to come out with it and say, oh yeah, this is a finished game, but to have certain issues with it, that I have a little less patience for. I have patience for it all just because of the simple fact that I'm a developer too, and I know how much work it goes into it in general. You know, it's a lot of work that goes into it just in general, right? And so that's where I sympathize, but that's where it really ends. Because after that, it's like, okay, I'm gonna need y'all to really try to take a look at this, you know. Right, exactly. That's not a good business model for you to sell false expectations. Not a good business model. And people wonder why, you know, people Steam review bomb them, you know, request refunds, all, you know, like when that stuff happens, like, I mean, you know, but hey, again, I got a healthy respect for the craft. You know, I mean, I see myself either helping to build a very nice game one day or building my own game one day, right? I can see myself doing that. But I can't be with a studio that would do something like that. Like, that's just, to me, that's not cool. So, and I don't really care how much money they would want to pay me either. I'm just not going to do it. That's why I have so much respect for Star Citizen and their developers. They're very transparent, Ashes of Creation too. They're very transparent too, even though people who have certain gripes with them and hold them accountable, that's great. Certain things are worth discussing. You know, but overall, I believe that both of those projects actually care about what they're doing. First of all, care about the people who are going to be playing their game. You know, and so I can respect that. You know, hey, you want to do something, because I've done that before. I've had to change up code and my development due to things that I wanted to do but couldn't quite get it done in that particular way. You know, it happens. It's okay. But as long as you're upfront about it and you're transparent and let your clients know what's going on, or in this particular case, you let you know, your customers know, then hey. Let's see if the landing services works here. Just as a test. Yep, it does. Okay, cool. That was at that particular station at that particular time. Because we know it's worked in the past, so it's not a matter of saying, does it work? Yeah, it works. But there's a reason why it's not working at the moment. And I don't know what that audio bug was. That thing is real loud now. And I mean, it does got a pretty big engine, but I don't think it's supposed to be that loud.
Please visit us again.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. There is a such thing. And it's not that they're too honest and transparent. It's just, you know, you just have to know who your audience is, right? You got to know a lot of people, they aren't like developers. They have no idea how that process works. So, in order for them to really understand how things are going, they really would have to understand that, right? And they don't. And that's okay. I mean, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them or nothing like that. It's just, again, you just put yourself in a position where you have to do a whole lot of explaining. And that's okay. When you're a studio big as them, uh, you employ people to do stuff like that, which I really enjoy, the Star Citizen Lives and the Inside Star Citizens, So, I like watching stuff like that. So, it's really informative to me, and I can really kind of gauge and see where they're at. And, that's why I still support them, you know. So, let's see, what do I want? And this is just, you know, not necessarily needed. Yeah, you get the black, because I do like doing supply missions with the Cuddy black. Um, got the red. I like the Corsair too, but I'm gonna hold off on it just for right now. Even though this money is really just to be, um, you know, just to blow. It's not meant to be held. I do want the whole A. I'll test that too. Um, I do like that. Another good ship for cargo is the Misk Freelancer Max. Um, that's a really good ship for cargo. I really like that ship. My first ship was the Freelancer Dur. because I love exploration, of course, as you know. And so like that was like my first ship. I want to get that right now. Not really. Not really a factor right now. Let's just hold off for right now. But yeah, I really enjoy like, you know, MMOs like this. Um, and this one is really shaping up to be one that's going to be crazy. Like when I think about the fact that in the future, you may even be able to enter into all these different buildings, right? Like that to me is amazing because some of them have pads on the top that you can land on right now, and you can even go into the door that's on the top, but that's as far as you go. So that tells me that at some point you're actually going to be able to access those ship. I mean those buildings, you know. So that being said, I think I'm gonna shut down this stream because I've been streaming for about an hour and 30 minutes now, close to it. And so thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you stopping by Twix and everybody else who stopped by to check it out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Support the stream. Look forward to bringing a lot more quality content to you all. And yeah, I'll see you guys out there in the verse.